This video will cover the steps to configure the radius server option on the QB-MP 5054, 2054, and 5012 series. This video is not intended to address the radius protocol / terminology and implementation on the network level. Proper radius configuration requires that the user have adequate understanding and experience of both the radius server and of general networking. Please contact your network administrator before attempting any configuration changes on your network. Note, add each subscriber to the radius server by entering the username and password, which will be the subscriber's wireless MAC address with the dash between the first 6 and the last 6 numbers. An example is shown here. The radius configuration is strictly done in the BSU. The SU is a client in this case, so all the configuration once again is in the BSU. To go there, click on Configure Security and Radius Authentication. And the process itself is fairly simple. There's some items here I want to go over. You have your radius MAC access control status, just enable or disable. By default, it's disabled. So if you want radius to function, go ahead and click Enable. You have your authorization lifetime. This represents how long each client session may be active before being automatically re-authenticated. This parameter supports a value between 900 and 43,200 seconds. The default value is 900. Okay, now you have the rest of your information. It's all about the radius. You have your primary and your backup. You don't need the backup, but if you do, you could configure it. You have your server status, once again, enable or disable. Your shared secret. Right now, the shared secret has to match between your radius server. If it does not, it's not going to work. Your IP address, this is going to be the IP address of the radius server. Okay. You have your destination port. By default, it is going to be port 1812. You have your response time. This represents how long the AP should wait for the radius server to respond to a request. The range is between 1 and 10 seconds. The default is 3 seconds. And then you have the maximum retransmission. This represents the maximum number of times an authentication request may be transmitted. The range is 0 to 4. The default is 3. Once again, if you have a backup, just go ahead and enter this information. Click OK. And the second you click OK, the parameters take effect. This is a quick flow of how the radius function works between the BSU and the SU and the radius server. This is kind of crude, but we have here, of course, client PC. Here's the SU, BSU, and the radius server. So in the radius server, you're going to have the username, which is going to be the wireless MAC address, as discussed before. It's going to be the first 6 dash and the last 6. And the password, which is going to be your shared secret, that's going to be between here and the base station, as we covered. So initially, the base station, the satellite, they are going to have wireless link, but you will not be able to pass traffic. What's going to happen is that the second that the satellite comes on, it's going to send in its WAR packet, its information. It's going to hit the base station. The base station is automatically going to go ahead and send out a radius request packet with this information to the radius server. Once the information has been authenticated by the radius server is going to send out a radius accept packet, and then the BSU is going to give access to the SU to start communicating. Then at that point, you should be able to manage the SU and traffic is going to flow. To learn more about Proxim Wireless and our solutions, please visit us at proxim.com or follow us at Twitter at Proxim.